Johannesburg is getting ready for the 8th annual Silent Walk and Run, which will take place at the surroundings of Max Park Sports Club in Emmarentia. Now, one of the event's goals is to promote understanding of the deafness in the community. For more on this, we are joined by Fatima Cele from the Neema Foundation for the Deaf. Fatima, a very good evening and thank you so much for joining us.
Good evening, Kwena. Thank you so much for having us.
Let's talk about the Silent Walk. It's happening again tomorrow, but give us a little bit of a brief background of what the Silent Walk is all about and how long has it been going on?
Well, thank you so much for the opportunity. And I think I would like to just start with how your interest worked out in terms of the objectives of the Silent Walk. It's part of Deaf Awareness Month, and it's meant to bring commemoration to the deaf community around its disability, but also highlighting the challenges they face, but also bringing a debate into the spectrum in terms of what do we have and what can we do as a hearing community to support this. And we're quite excited in the sense of what the Silent Walk has brought forth. We partnered with the African Bank last year, and this year the partnership has leveraged an opportunity which I need to share with your listeners around a WhatsApp chatbot that we've launched to enable support for gender-based violence victims in the deaf community, but to also highlight the importance of sign language being the 12th official language. And these are all areas that the Silent Walk has been pushing over the 8 years in terms of bringing the debate in the space of the deaf community. And I think it's doing quite well. In the 8th year, we've achieved a lot, and this is one success that I needed to highlight.
Let's talk about, the participants of the Silent Walk. We've just come from a very successful Paralympic Games that took place in Paris, where we saw people who are differently abled participating in different sporting codes. But as far as the Silent Walk is concerned, who will be walking and taking part in the walk itself tomorrow from a sporting perspective?
Well, it's open to everybody in the community. It's a whole point of an experience, and obviously engaging the hearing community to come and walk a mile in the shoes of the deaf. So it's quite a nice experience, because what we're trying to achieve is we're trying to promote sign language. So the only people who are allowed to actually talk on the day is everybody that can sign. And if you're only going to use your lips, you are challenged to walk in silence. So the whole experience is to promote sign language. We've got dignitaries from the government, from national and provincial government that will be attending. So we're quite excited about that. We've also got the private sector also supporting it, your respective CEOs that are coming out. We've got the likes of Telkom, City of Johannesburg, Gauteng Sports, Safer South Africa Foundation. So it's got a lot of backing from corporate and government, and we're excited about that.
Tell me about you mentioned Gauteng Sports, and I know that even Sports National are involved. Their involvement and what it means from a sporting perspective to encourage a healthy lifestyle, not only for those who are deaf, but ordinary South Africans also.
Look, I think for us, the endorsement and the support for national government to see it as a platform to engage the deaf community really speaks for itself, in the sense that there's a lot that needs to be done. And for them to see, to embrace the platform and to want to engage and want to come and support it, just says to you that I think from a policy perspective, government is not just using lip service in terms of the 12th official language, but they actually are putting an ear to want to hear what the deaf community's needs are. And I think for us that says a lot, and that support is definitely going to go a long way in terms of what can be done for the deaf community, but also just bringing it back to the Paralympics in terms of the talent as well that is in the deaf community. I mean, tomorrow we'll also showcase talent from the arts and entertainment space in terms of having a deaf DJ, having deaf dancers. And this is all going out to talk about the complexity or the uniqueness of the disability and what is out there that as a country we are really not embracing and we should be supporting.
And I guess also the timing quite well with South Africa recently having crowned Miss South Africa, who is hard of hearing.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about, the uniqueness of the disability. And that's what people need to know about deafness, the different type of deafness that's there. But also, Kwena, I always say this to say it's a very unique disability in the sense that as we get older, the quality of our hearing does deteriorate. But also there are cases of, like Miss South Africa, in terms of, being a hearing impaired, and in terms of things that can be done in terms of enhancement of hearing for the deaf community. So there's a lot of debate, and I could go on for hours to just talk about this community and the complexity about it, but also the uniqueness about the disability.
So who will be walking, and how long is the walk? Is it a competitive walk? Are there winners, or is it just, as you said, part of getting yourself immersed in the culture of those that are hearing impaired?
So it's a 5K walk. Like I said, we've got respective dignitaries that will be walking from a government perspective, national and provincial. We've got the MEC, we've got different ministers as well that have confirmed to be attending the walk, and different executives from the private sector that will also be participating. It's a fun walk. It's just an experimental walk, 5Ks. We are doing a word hunt, so we are again testing the hearing community in terms of their sign language knowledge, and so we'll have different word hunts en route, and we want to see the hearing community to see what word they can pick up en route. So it's quite fun, and just embracing and really saying to the deaf community, we see you, we hear you, and we're here for you.
Fatima Cele, thank you so much for coming through to speak to us. She is from the Neema Foundation.